Welcome back to Merco's Success Spotlight, where we celebrate the remarkable individuals who have achieved extraordinary success in their respective work. I'm your host, Shomi Te, and in today's episode, I'm very excited to introduce everyone to Mercor's Engineer of the Week, Pranav. I have known him to be a great colleague and an extremely great backend developer. To the people who do not know you, Pranav, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi Swami. Hi everyone. So I'm Pranav More and I'm currently a final year student at Triple IT Pune and I work as a backend developer at Marker. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, great. So, talking about Mercor, tell us a little about your journey here. How did you get into Mercor and what have you been doing here?
Yeah, sure. So I received the information of Merker from some Telegram or WhatsApp group. So I visited their website, and that website I applied. I filled my details and I filled my resume, all the things, and applied there. So after a week or so, I got an assignment to do. The assignment was to build a chatbot. So I completed that assignment, and after the assignment, I received the two interview call. So I completed the two technical interviews, and then I was selected for the Merker.
Great. So, what has been your favorite part about working here?
Yeah, the favorite part I can say that the people. Yeah, the people here are so much like one of my founders is from MIT, so it's very good to work with them. It's very yeah. And another thing is the remote work. Yeah, I can work remotely. So I attend college at the morning and I can work at night. There are flexible work hours. Yeah, so that are the things. Very good.
Great.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you're a final year university student. So, that must be really challenging. You must have a lot of work that you need to tackle. How are you managing your time?
Yeah, so time management, yeah. So I have my college at in the morning. So I just my college starts at something 10 a.m. 10 a.m. So I go to college. So as I am in the last semester, so I don't have much study burden. I just prepare for my placement and I just have four subjects as I'm final year. So I attend my college and my college ends at around 1 p.m. So I have my lunch there and then I'm free from that time, so I can manage the time right. Yeah.
Great. Since you said that you submitted a really successful project that landed you in Mercor,
Mm.
so give us some tips about how to make a great project or make a project stand out.
Yeah, so my project was the chatbot. So to make a project stand up, you first have to think like what are the requirements of the project. So you have to first think about the requirements of project. Then you have to choose the right stack, right tech stack, which will be helpful to implement that project. Then you have to think about how can we implement the features which are required. And along with the features, what extra features you can add to that project. You have to think about that. And then you can start implementing the project. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think are the very important tech stacks that people need to be familiar with, especially coming from a backend perspective?
Yeah, so in today's scenario, the popular tech stack is the MERN stack. The MERN stack is very popular. So MERN stack stands for it has React in the front end, React on Next.js in the front end, MongoDB as database, and Node.js as the back end. So the MERN stack is the one which is quite demanding in the current scenario. So that's the tech stack you must be familiar with. Along with the MERN stack, the other is the T3 stack. So in T3 stack, there is also TRPC. So that is the tech stack you must be familiar with.
Okay, great. So I'm pretty sure that since university curriculums, especially in India, do not really have these as courses, so like,
Yeah,
how did you get to learn about these tech stacks and get familiar with them?
yeah. So talking about it, my journey. So I started learning web development in my second year. So I started with the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the basic stuff. So I used to learn with from the YouTube videos, some courses at Udemy, the free courses, some paid courses. Yeah. So you have to acquire the knowledge from like different sources, not reliable on one source. So you can acquire, you can see different YouTube videos, follow different tutorials. Along with this, communicate with other people. So building connections help you learn faster. Like studying in the group helps you upskill at fast pace. So that's the strategy.
Definitely, communication is one of the greatest features. So, other than learning the tech stacks and having good communication, what do you think is necessary to stand out in the final interview? Because that is the final step towards getting inside, getting into Mercor. So, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So talking about that, you must have the fundamental knowledge about the subject. So, for example, you are learning Node.js. So you must have understanding about what is Node.js, how does it exactly works, what is how does it interact with the browser and handles the request, what are the promises in Node.js. So you have to have the knowledge of the basics of the Node.js. Then along with that, the another skill is communication skill. You have to be like proficient in communication skills. You have to if you have been able to convey your thoughts to the interviewer, that what you are thinking. So communication skills are also important. And then apart from that, the desire to learn new things is also important.
Okay. So, what new thing did Mercor expose you to that you weren't familiar before this?
Yeah, so after the Mocha interview, I had one more interview with the co-founder of my company. So they have the requirement of the Prisma and TRPC. So I have never worked with that skills. So I developed the skills in that field. So that was a quite good experience.
Great. You make it sound really
Yeah,
easy. So, one last
yeah.
question. So, any last tips for people trying to make their breakthrough into the US startups?
Yeah, you must have the good projects along with the DSA. Like I wasn't asked any DSA questions in my round. So the development, the experience of working with the real world projects is must for applying at the startups. They look at your GitHub repositories, your development experience, your past work experience. They work at that. So you must have some intern experience and experience of working real world. So that stands out.
Great. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Those were all the questions that I had. You have
yeah,
inspired me, and I'm sure that you have inspired lot more people today. Thank you so much. It has been a real pleasure talking to you, Pranav. I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors.
yeah. Thank you so much.